We recording? We are recording.
Oh, the SD card's on you.
I feel a lot more cramped than I usually am. This feels all
You
this.
did push the table like 7 times.
How about that?
It'll,
Do you feel less cramped now?
it'll have to do because
It's only an hour of your life.
now my life that I'm never getting back.
The pool tournament takes longer than the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you be doing right now? Helldivers? Elden Ring?
Doing something that
Sleeping,
Having a wank?
unconscious.
Eating?
we're just gonna start this podcast.
Right, how do you sound? Are you okay with how you sound?
No, I want to go home.
How do you sound?
Alright.
Alright, so in a 3, a 2, a 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hello, welcome back to Off Topic for episode 30. Yeah, it's been 30 episodes now.
That is pretty crazy.
And it's been a pretty busy week, I would say. And I'm here with Jake and I'm here with Tom as usual.
Hello.
No change there. And I think the best place to start off would be this time last week. I was in London, and essentially I was in London for something called mooting, which for those of you who don't know, it's a law competition.
Wait, you told me you were getting raped by Asian people.
Okay, yes, that is part of mooting, but I will go on to that in a second.
Oh, sorry, I got confused.
That is part of what you have to pay for to be there, though. And basically, mooting is essentially, it's like you're given a fake law question, like something about international law, for example, about territories and rights, and you essentially have to argue your point in like a fake courtroom. I mean, it wasn't really a courtroom; it was more of like it looked like a very modern room actually, with like modern lighting and stuff. And as a university, we entered for the first time ever because it's the Jessup Cup competition. It's the most prestigious mooting competition in the entire world. I think about 700 universities from around the world participate.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then the finals are in Washington if you get through the national ones.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so we were like, oh, okay, we'll do this. We prepared for it, but it just turned out our preparation was slightly worse than what we wanted it to be. Because we were up against London's King's College, and they were essentially the best team in the competition. They have been for quite a few years now. And yes, it was like what you suggested.
Yeah, they bent you over and put a crumpet between your ass
Basically,
cheeks.
yeah. When we walked into the room and sat down first, we realised that they were like 5 to 10 minutes late, so that kind of built up the suspense in the room. And I brought like a little folder with me with some papers in, and I took 1 or 2 papers out onto the table, and I thought that was going to be sufficient for me to, argue my case. No. Essentially, what happened was there was 4 of us in our team.
Yeah.
Now, I never heard of the concept of coaches before. You can get coaches for mooting, right?
Yeah.
We never had any of that. They walked in, and there was about 12 of them, and I thought, hang on a minute, there was 4 of us, there's 12 of them. How was that? How does that work? It's supposed to be 5 a
They
team.
had 6 coaching staff.
Well,
8, sorry.
basically, they had loads of coaches.
Fucking hell.
And by the way, these aren't people our age. These are like professors who are experts in international law. These are people who are used to these sorts of problem scenarios. These are people who have been coaches for like 10 years.
Shit.
So they walked in, and they had bundles and bundles and bundles of paper, folders, files, everything you can imagine for a mooting competition. It was like David against Goliath. They walked in, they had a full textbook that they didn't even open once the entire time. They just plonked it down on the table. So you can imagine, like, say this is our table here. I've got 1 podcast mic here. Imagine their table being like all 3 podcasts mics, this, that, all the drinks together.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you looked at it, our table would look like white compared to their table, which is just full of notes and books. I was thinking, well, okay, like I know they're probably doing it to like intimidate. It's like a visual sign that they're more prepared. Okay, well, I didn't want to let that intimidate me at all, because these tactics are what happens sometimes when you're up against experienced teams. They do this sort of thing. Well, I was thinking, okay, but you literally talk for like 15 to 20 minutes up there, so you can't be relying on all this information that you've got with you. So I thought, okay, fair enough, I'm not going to let this distract me. They went first, and I actually think it would have been better if we went first, because when they went up, they didn't even look at any of their papers once. It was entirely memorized for like 15 to 20 minutes. And by the way, this isn't just them like giving a speech to the judge, right?
Yeah.
The judge is almost having a conversation with them. They keep asking questions. It was a bit like an interrogation at some points. And I was thinking, surely they're going to crack. But every time a judge asked them a question, oh, but Judge, Your Excellency, blah, 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 Section 2 of this, Section 9, blah, 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 blah. And I was looking at them, and I was looking at their eyes, and they weren't looking down on their paper once. It was like, it was completely memorised, and they must have been practising and practising and practising for ages, and the coaches are sitting in the back. And I think they were looking at us thinking, like, these people are jokers, man. These people are jokers. Because when I went up, I was the first for my team to go up after that absolute rape, pretty much.
Yeah.
I stood up and I was like, well, I've not memorised a bloody word here. So I was like looking down, and then I was like, it was like a pre-written speech, pretty much. And when they asked me a question, I thought, yes. And I tried to answer the question the best I could, but I could tell like they weren't satisfied, so they asked me a little bit more. Yeah. And after about like 2 or 3 questions, they realised like I didn't have the sufficient knowledge in my head. They stopped asking me questions, and I just kept talking and talking. And I thought that was actually the worst thing that could happen, because it basically made them look like they knew I didn't know what I needed to say. Yeah. So yeah, and it was the same for my other teammates. And then the next mooting competition we had, the next event, like judge courtroom event, the date that we had, over 2 people from our team went up. And it was even worse. I mean, I'm sorry for the girl on our team, because I'm not going to say her name or anything like that. But it was like...
Is it Gwendolyn?
What?
Is it Gwendolyn?
No. No.
Georgia?
No one that
Christy?
you know. No one that you know, no. And when she went up, I just felt so bad for her, because...
She also knew Dick. Didn't know Dick.
Some judges ask more questions than other ones, right? Yeah. And we had a judge for her that asked so many questions, and there were so many times where it was silent. It was just silence, and she didn't answer. And us other 3 guys in the team could answer questions to an extent. Yeah. She couldn't, and I felt I felt bad for her.
So the people you were playing, they're going to be barristers of tomorrow. Well, they're all going to be politicians or some shit.
Well, the people that I came up against first finished first in the entire country.
Yeah.
So that tells you something, right?
Yeah.
That means they go to Washington to go up against the international teams around the world.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure England or Britain will be second to America, if not first.
Well, in this competition, I've looked at the history, and American universities, Australian universities, and then the Philippine university did really, really well in the competition recently.
How did we do?
Well, we finished second a few years ago, and in 2007 we finished second. But apart from that, we've never really won it. I think we've won it like once or twice.
That's weird, because all their like legal systems are based on
common law.
Yeah.
But it's funny because the common law legal systems do well. USA, Australia, Philippines. Even though it's international law, because it's kind of based on precedent and cases.
But a lot of it comes from us.
Statutes binding, yes. A lot of case laws used. Now, I'm not going to lie. These are some of the disadvantages we had. First of all, the case question was released in September. We weren't told about the question, our university, until like late December. Because our mooting society, they didn't really like tell us about this competition until really late on. And we didn't form a team until really late on. So the teams that we came up against essentially had 3 to 4 months more preparation time. Second of all, our leader devised us wrongly, because I thought our leader for our team was experienced. I thought he was really good. I thought he was someone who would be very capable of telling us what to do. So when I saw like the first paragraphs on our submission sheet, I thought I'd just copy off that, because he said like that was how you're supposed to do it. It's not really how you're supposed to do it at all. We didn't even have any citations. I mean, when we saw the other memorandum from the other team, they had like 100 citations, 100 cases. Yeah. We only had like, what, 5 to 10?
Do you know what I never get about law, right? What? Why do you have to have someone else's opinion that's been published to back you up?
Precedent.
Yeah, but like, if I knew a guy who works for, I don't know, The Guardian, and I was to make an opinion saying, I think Cheetos are overrated, and you put that in the paper, who the fuck's to say, like, I never understand.
No, what they use is cases, though. They don't use like newspapers or anything like that.
No, but like when they use articles and shit, like fuck articles, man.
Yeah.
Cases I get, because that's a judge who's made his judgment and that's been passed into law.
Yeah.
But fucking articles fucks me off.
Well, you never use articles in a courtroom, that's for sure.
No, I know.
I know what you mean though, like when it comes to like opinions, but and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the law, like you just use statute in cases, and that's what we try to use.
But then again, cases are just opinions. Just by people with a rope.
Actually, in international law, cases aren't binding; they're just persuasive.
Yeah.
So we had to base it off our statute, which we thought that was the basis of our thing, right?
What was the case about?
It was about like an international dispute between like 2 made-up countries. I think like you guys probably would have found it like kind of interesting, but like the international dispute, like I think international law you'd probably find kind of interesting to an extent.
No.
But it was just a little bit. It was a little bit bad. It was.
I glanced over at Jake for the last 8 minutes, and he's just been sat there doing that the entire time, not moving. You all right, buddy?
Tired.
I told you before we started this, but
do you want me to get you a biscuit? I'll get you a chocolate bar from the bar.
If you win the pool tournament, should we give you the £20 voucher?
No.
you want me to buy you a Mars bar?
No.
How about a packet of crisps?
No.
Okay.
Or both.
Well, both of you.
I'll take both. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, when it came to the competition, basically, you know when like you get the respondents and thingy. Well, basically, what happened was, we were given like it's hard to describe this to people if you haven't done it, but like we had point B. There was like 4 points A to D, and I did like point B for example. But when you're in a courtroom and you're advocating, you have to do A and B, and someone else does C and D. So I was going off a point that someone else made rather than my own point.
Yeah.
So when you're getting asked questions, it's really, really hard. And you could tell the other team, they said out properly where like everyone that was talking did their own points. If I did it next year, and it does require a lot of work, so I don't know about grades and stuff, but if I did it next year, I think it would probably be, I would do it so differently, and I'll start in September.
Yeah.
And
well, the people you played, they've probably done it for years, and they've been doing it at a high level for years.
Yeah, we don't have any coaches, and I think the coaches are probably the biggest difference.
That sounds absolutely ridiculous. They have coaches to tell you how to talk to people.
Basically,
Ridiculous.
to a judge. Oh yeah, and by the way, when you go up to a judge, right, you can't say your judge.
Your Honour, Your Excellency.
No, you have to say your Excellency.
I could never.
You bastard! I got a question for you. So you
Is that what would stop you from ever wanting to do law? Like just calling them your Excellency.
But why do I have to call them my Excellency? They're not.
Exactly.
They're not. There's some old man sat in a wig and robes going yes or no, asking questions. Like, why do I have to go? You're at Your Excellence. All I have to go is judge.
Hey up, Bob.
That's the thing. It's like when you're in a courtroom, you have to wear a suit, right? Because
I hate that.
It's about authority.
Yeah. The thing is that I find when people who meet like the royal family.
Yeah.
Because they have to address them as Your Highness. Or, no, what is it?
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Sir or Ma'am.
Yeah.
But apparently people who are like rebellious always feel like, I'm not going to say that and whatever. And then apparently when they get in the presence of all like this regalia and royal shit, they just
do it.
They feel like the pressure to
they
go.
feel like they have to, yeah.
Yeah,
and it's just bullshit. Like, you know, like when the president gets sworn in, they have to put a hand on the Bible.
Yeah.
Well, what if they turn the Bible upside down? Would it count then? Or if the hand was floating above the Bible, would it then count? Would the president still be sworn in?
Trump didn't touch the Bible.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Do you know, I've told you about George Challen before, like the comedian, right? He died like ages ago.
Yeah.
But he made some really good points about how, like, he's a comedian, but he made some really political, like, points about how all this stuff you do, it's about prestige and it's about feeling like you're under authority. Like, if you went into court and they didn't have any rules on how to dress, or you could just say, yo, judge, or yo, fam, for a judge, it diminishes the authority of the court and the whole aura, basically, of a courtroom and the authority that they have.
Aura of a courtroom.
Aura of a courtroom.
If I were to meet the king or a royal family, I would address them with Sir or Ma'am.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say Your Majesty. I'd go Sir. I'd call him Sir though.
I mean,
Well, you have to say Your Majesty first, and then you go to Sir.
And then you have to bow down and like
No, you don't have to bow. You just have to
Well,
say Your Majesty.
I think it depends on if depends on the scenario.
I suppose.
Because I think people who have met the king, they just walk up and shake his hand.
Like, have you seen how people like bow their heads and stuff and like?
Yeah, I think people do that out of fear mainly because he is like one of the most powerful men in the country.
Well, there's that video that went viral where there's some like hikers like riding their bikes or something through the Scottish countryside, and the king's just there.
Oh yeah. And they're talking about like the weather. Or
they're
something.
just having an absolute casual conversation. Like they like bump into him. They go, "Oh, he's like, it's the king, you're right, sir." And then the king is really sound with it. He's just like, "Oh, nice weather having up here, isn't it?"
Have you heard that story of when this American met the Queen, but they didn't realise they'd met the Queen, and the Queen was with one of her guards or some shit, and they were like talking about how much they want to meet the Queen and how much they want to like, and they were like, the Queen didn't say a thing. She was like, "Oh, you'll be great," and all this crap.
I think she had a good sense of humour. The Queen.
Yeah.
She used to go on like she didn't really mind if people did things wrongly or something like that.
No, I mean it's just funny. Because like, if you're the most famous person, because she would have been, she's on the fucking money.
She was the most famous person in the world.
Yeah,
well,
one of them.
Still is. In a way.
Like you would have a bit of fun if you saw that challenge, you'd have to because it must be a bit boring. Because everywhere you go, people are like bowing and shit.
Yeah, apparently her funeral was the most watched thing in history.
Yeah, I watched it.
I watched it.
Like, alright, I know it's probably a bit exaggerated, but possibly up to 4.5 billion people watched it.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I remember we moved to university.
The funeral was on my
birthday.
Because the funeral was on my birthday.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
Because the funeral was September 19th.
Yeah. And I remember I was in like the Newbridge common room. It was like one of my first times in there, and I was sitting down watching it by myself because I never really knew anyone at the time. And like some Indian guy just like walked in and started watching it with us, and he was in his pajamas. And I was like, I was like, "Do you like the Queen?" He was like, "Yeah, I love the Queen. I love the Queen."
Nah, but it was
it was nice.
It was the
It
most
was a good
depressing birthday I've ever had because
You
all
can't
the
do anything.
pubs
Yeah.
were shut, so I couldn't go anywhere.
Suppose with that clip of it. You alright, sir? He's like, oh, bloody miserable actually.
Yeah.
Why is that? Pubs are shut.
Yeah.
It's the old guy in the
I can
wheelchair.
imagine, I can
like-
imagine
like-
you being like that.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I couldn't go out anywhere because like all the pubs and
I had a Greg's breakfast the morning of the Queen's funeral. I think.
so all I
I
had
don't
to
remember
do.
anything from the day. I don't remember.
I
anything
didn't.
from-
I know I didn't sleep the night before.
Why?
I couldn't sleep.
Usual night.
Yeah.
Usual night.
Literally, all I did was just sit in my room and watch the Queen's funeral. What a birthday!
To be fair,
I
that's-
did
that's
enjoy
memorable.
watching-
That's
I-
historical.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
enjoy watching, apart from like all the clips of them just driving down the main road and shit.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy like all the fucking ceremony and the bagpipes and the
Oh,
marching
yeah.
through Westminster and
Yeah.
shit.
Do you remember what happened when the like? Do you remember where you were when the Queen actually died on the 8th of September?
Yeah, I was at home in
I was,
Spain.
I was at home.
I was at home. It was a shit day. It was awful. It was raining
Yeah,
outside.
I remember
I wasn't doing anything.
I remember I got the notification saying the Queen has passed away, and I walked
It's
into my.
like, what the fuck?
I was like, yeah, I was like, holy shit, and I walked
Yeah.
into the living room. I was like, Mum, the Queen's just died.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it's already on BBC News. Have already like covering it. She
Oh,
started
shit.
crying. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
And they were wearing like the black suits on the BBC.
Yeah, yeah. And there was that paedophile who had to announce it.
Yeah.
Fucked off now,
And
yeah.
He did the election in 2019, the whole night election.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now he's.
iPlay was trying to like get rid of past things, but you
Yeah.
can't get rid of events such as the Queen's death or the
Yeah.
election, so they kept that on. I think that's mental, like how they had it. I still can't believe that the guy who
Yeah.
announced the Queen's death in the UK
He's a
was like an
paedophile.
actual paedophile.
Yeah.
That guy Clive Murray is quite a good presenter though, the co-presenter. He's pretty good.
Mhm.
I wish it was him that did it, but oh well. They
Yeah.
sent him to Ukraine to cover that instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember the time because it was like a tuna pasta bacon in the oven. I was going to eat that night.
Yeah.
Because I was literally doing nothing that day because it was raining and it was shit.
Yeah.
And I remember it's just like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I got like because I had like rolling notifications on my phone. Like the Queen's unwell. She's not gonna. She's she's
Yeah.
not looking.
Yeah,
good.
we- 'cause-
Everyone thought she died before she died.
Well,
Yeah,
there was a video, wasn't there, where like the TV presenter then changed his like mood or monotone.
Yeah.
And he was like reading something. You could tell like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. When
Yeah.
then it was announced scheduled at like 5 o'clock instead.
Yeah.
I think she died earlier in the day, and then the news corporations had to have time to prepare for it because it was such a big event.
I hate when people were like saying, "Oh, it's not related to you," but it's like she kind of was.
Well, she was the head of state.
Yeah, she was
You know,
everywhere. Like everything in the country went through her.
the country's biggest landlord, possibly.
She was because the
What
Duchy
should
of
we say?
Lancaster and all the other
Well,
shit. they
it's
had.
not just this country as well. It's like other
Commonwealth.
other Commonwealth. Like she's the head of state.
Yeah,
so,
like,
like
throughout- what was
Canada,
it?
Australia, New Zealand. They all held parades
Yeah,
for her as well.
There was what 16 prime ministers in her reign
That's
Yeah.
mental when you think
or
about
something like that. So it's like she's always
it.
been
Shit,
there.
Liz Truss was the final prime minister.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's mental.
Well, yeah, because she came into
killed
power
Queen.
when she was like 20,
Yeah.
and then she died at like what 90 or something.
94,
Yeah.
94,
94, yeah.
or something
Wait,
like that.
does that mean Liz Truss has the worst prime ministerialship of any prime minister
Yep,
ever?
she fucked the economy and then the
and
Queen
the Queen
died.
died, and then she's left.
Yeah.
The
It's almost
the
about-
shortest prime minister with 43
Truss?
days.
Yep.
Queen died, and she fucked our economy
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I can't think of a worse prime ministerial reign than that.
Neither
No.
can I.
So
I mean,
there
David
we
Cameron
go.
made us leave the EU and then he fucked off.
and austerity as well.
Yeah.
But that was a Tory thing more than just David Cameron.
But like, nah, it was sad when she died. I remember watching like they were marching her through Edinburgh, and this prick had to go because Andrew was there, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And listen, whatever you think about Andrew, it's his mum's funeral, and it's not just his mum. He's got 4 siblings.
Yeah.
Imagine like you're at a funeral, and because your brother's a bit of a prick, someone started having a fight with you. You're like, love, mate, my mum just died. Leave me the fuck
There's like
alone.
a time and place for it.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
say. I think Prince Andrew, like, don't get me wrong, he is innocent in the eyes of the law. But when you see the photos that came out,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the-
I mean,
like the interview and everything
yeah.
else, it's like I get what you mean, but
But
like,
it's like just
Nonce.
I
not
wouldn't
during
mind,
a funeral.
I wouldn't mind someone throwing eggs at him. Like, I wouldn't mind that.
no, they did, but
They
it's
did,
like
yeah.
during his mum's funeral though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose time and
There's
place.
some people also threw eggs at King Charles. Do you remember when he got coronated? Like he was.
Oh,
like, he
I
was-
think I remember something.
Yeah,
can't
so like
remember.
he like obviously the Queen passed and he came into power.
There was an anti-monarchy protest.
Yeah, something like that, and then like he was walking down the streets or something, and people started throwing eggs at him.
The biggest thing I remember from the coronation is the Archbishop of Canterbury basically saying, "You're the king, but Jesus is better than you, so sit the fuck down."
Oh, yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
entire ceremony.
Get old.
That was
yeah.
literally the entire ceremony. Do you swear unto whatever this shit? And fucking, there was that thing when he was walking around, I think it was Piccadilly Circus or something, shaking hands, and some guy goes, "Oi, Chezza, you want to go down the pub?" And he goes, "When?"
I think he's got a decent sense of humour as well, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
Probably
Charles,
gets it from his mum.
he's really sound.
I mean, to be called Chezza and to look at it, he gave the guy a fist bump as well.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the king.
Realistically, how long do you think the monarchy will actually go on for?
I hope it goes on for a long
Do you think
time.
we'll have William and then William's child as well? Or do you
Probably.
I think we're guaranteed to get William,
Yeah.
but then I think after William it goes downhill.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that we've still got it though.
I think the monarchy's getting less and less cool. Do you know what I mean?
But it's still like they did a popularity thing just after the Queen died, and it was still like 68% agree with it.
I think when the Queen's just died, I think it's probably going to be like that.
It was like before she died though. It wasn't. It was around the time she died.
To be fair, the Queen was popular herself. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
after the Queen and then Charles came, I feel like there's been a slightly drop off in popularity.
Oh
of the
yeah,
monarchy.
definitely. Yeah.
Because the Queen herself was like, well, she was immense.
But yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I hope it stays because it keeps us unique, right? And our head of state isn't a politician like fucking. I don't know. He was that guy who was.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm not being funny, but like if Keir Starmer was head of state, this country would be so shit. Like
Yeah.
you think of like, oh, who's the head of state? Oh, Sir Keir Starmer.
Yeah, I like the award system as well. If you do something good, you get knighted or you get a
Yeah.
hood.
Like I want to keep. I don't want any prime minister
Yeah.
to be head of state.
Like everyone's like, I don't like titles, but even the Americans have, what is it, the Freedom Medal or some shit. The
Yeah.
president
Yeah,
can give,
yeah,
which is their
yeah.
equivalent.
Barack Obama gave one to Joe Biden.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he give one to himself? Isn't that what the meme is?
No, it was Barack Obama behind him giving like Joe Biden.
No, but have you not seen that meme of like Barack Obama,
Obama
giving the medal
giving
to Barack
himself.
Obama?
I've not
Yeah.
seen that.
You've never seen that meme temple? Oh fuck! Hang on.
That's all.
That is like one of the-
But he didn't actually give one to himself, though, did he?
No, but I'll show you. Hang on.
No, but he did something that complimented himself, and then that's where all the memes came from. It's literally like him.
Oh.
He gives himself a medal. Like it's a really old meme.
You've never
template.
seen that.
Oh wait, yeah, I think.
Yeah. I was saying it's a really old meme template.
Oh.
It's not actually Obama,
I
but
thought you
like,
meant literally there for a second. I was like, what?
No.
I thought I was like in the mirror, just like.
yeah.
Alright.
No, but like-
I do think though, like France, they have a prime minister and a president,
Yeah.
so they have a bit of balance.
So did Germany,
But well, they have a chancellor and a vice chancellor.
and they have a president.
They have a president.
Oh yeah, no, well.
It's the president of the Reichstag,
Yeah.
chancellor, and then vice chancellor.
But the chancellor has all the power.
Yeah.
You know German politics very well.
Yeah.
But like in
Yeah, I
America,
do. Yeah.
in America,
Oh,
you have
fun.
in America, you have like the presidency and the vice presidency.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't mind the president though.
But I like having an apolitical head of state, just because.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because like, would you really want someone like Boris meeting all the foreign like
No.
dignitaries, like fucking Kim Jong Un? If he was to ever come over here, would you really want someone like Boris or Keir to meet Kim Jong Un?
No.
I'd rather
no.
an apolitical, polite guy who's gonna be like, right, sit the fuck down, let's have a
True.
conversation and a cup of tea. Right?
Let's
There
have a
is-
cup of-
There
let's
is
have a-
one thing though, like, do you know Downing Street?
Yeah.
It looks a bit boring, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Like when you look at like France's
but, like,
presidential
yeah, but they have
palace
checkers.
or the White House. Yeah, but checkers isn't like the focal point though.
No, but they can go there and they do.
you
It's
seen
not like the
Downing-
White House, is
You
it?
see,
You know what I
like
mean?
Downing Street, like the building's
Bigger
on
than
the-
the White House,
It
isn't
looks
it?
like a council estate.
What?
Doesn't it? Downing Street looks like a council because it's like
Yeah.
in like
It's fucking
Well, not
huge.
that
though.
yeah,
bad.
it's huge.
It's very
huge.
clean. It's very
It-
clean. I'll
it-
tell you
yeah,
that.
it's
I was there
huge.
last week. I was there last week.
That's what I mean.
You
it's-
can't get down Downing Street unless.
Oh
You...
yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
it literally is a council estate.
Well, no, it's terracing houses.
Well, yeah, but it looks like a council estate.
The prime minister lives in a terraced house.
Yeah. In it, like you think like lives in like a joint like a
But
attached
yeah, but like
house,
it was
like-
only in what when probably 1860s or whatever when the king or the monarch really lost power,
Yeah.
and then it all transferred maybe earlier,
Slightly earlier, I think.
probably
Oh,
1840s.
no, the monarch lost lots of its power like 1700s.
No,
It was when-
no.
Especially, like,
King
it
Charles
started-
II still had power when he came back as a
Yeah.
weakened monarch,
Yeah,
and King George III had a lot of power. Then King George IV did. William did. Victoria sort of lost it. It was lost between George IV and Victoria, I believe,
Yeah.
and then it just kept going downhill.
Well, it started with the Magna Carta, didn't it, back in like 1250?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like even after then, there was still
The
absolute
king.
monarchy until like
Mm.
1500s when King Charles II
When
was
King
the
Charles,
first
King
killed.
Charles I was obviously killed by parliamentarians.
Yeah,
And,
on the Cromwell.
In 1649.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, when he was executed, he wanted to like wear a lot of clothing to make sure he wasn't shaking to make. It,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah,
obviously
he
people
did,
thought
and
he
then
was,
they
like,
let
nervous.
him. They let him.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
But no, it's like I don't know what was the topic before this? I've forgotten.
It's a bit off topic, this, isn't it?
So yeah, we've got
Wow.
completely gone off topic.
Wow.
It's almost
they
on
said
brand.
They said the thing.
No.
They said it. They said the
Won't
thing.
be the first time, won't be the last.
Nah, but like having an apolitical head of state is just good. It's good for business, in my opinion. Because imagine.
I mean, it is true. Like, it's a bit of leverage over other countries. Because like King Charles just sent a letter to Donald Trump, and it was like very nice about him. And I think, you know how Keir Starmer went to the White House yesterday. Well, it was very cordial between the two, and I feel like Prince Charles's letter had something to do with how cordial it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's one good thing.
Yeah. My point was the Prime Minister hasn't been shit for that long. That was the point I was making.
Right.
Like the King was the shit. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's
But, I mean, they do host events. The Prime Minister does host events in Buckingham Palace as well.
Yeah. What's that one?
More Downing Street.
But he's allowed to.
He could.
He's the Prime Minister. He can do what he wants.
Wanted to. He could if he wanted to.
Or Windsor Castle, whatever the fuck. They do in Chequers sometimes. Chequers is not a nasty place. It's quite nice.
It's nice, but
It's
don't
a
go
giant
there
country
often.
estate.
Yeah, don't go there often though.
I could have sworn Sunak had a meeting with someone there when he was Prime Minister.
When Theresa May was Prime Minister, they had like a massive Brexit like meeting there.
Yeah.
And they called it like the Chequers plan or something, but then it got killed off like a few months later in Parliament, so it didn't last very long. I remember, oh my god, all the Brexit stuff. I remember watching all about that. It feels like ages ago now.
Well, Brexit happened in 2016.
2016,
yeah. I don't think I
almost
watched it live.
it's been almost a decade since Brexit.
I'm getting old.
I used to think like after Brexit, like Nigel Farage just wouldn't come back. Like he's done now, like he's done his thing.
He's
But
back,
they still do
bigger
it
than
now.
ever.
Talking Nigel Farage, you ever look at the UK opinion polls? I haven't done that for a while.
Can do.
Because it's looking good for reform.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised, mate. Like, look at Labour. Like, Labour and Conservative, look what they've been doing. Nothing's been happening.
Have you
I don't
seen
know
all
if
the
you guys look
clips
at
of
this,
like
but-
European leaders basically just correcting Trump during these like things the last few days?
Oh, yeah, I've seen the things like Europe, like, getting ready to go against, like, America, for whatever reason.
No, it's like they're all because Macron was over there, and now Keir's been over there, and they've had meetings with Trump, and Macron corrected Trump and like pwned him basically,
Yeah.
and Keir's done the same thing.
The best opinion poll for reform was a 6-point lead over Labour
Mm-hmm.
on the 12th of February. Now, some opinion polls, as you probably already know, they some of them are slightly more for a certain party than another party, the way the methodology works.
Yeah.
So obviously, some of them, it's best you take an average. But
Reform, holy
if you took
shit.
if you took an average from this, you'd probably say reform would probably be about 1 or 2 points over any other party.
I literally called it ever since Nigel started doing the reform. I literally said, the first thing I said to you was, he's winning the 2029 election. And I'm guaranteed.
Well, we've only got 4 years to go.
He's going to win it.
Yeah, but 4 years is a lot of time, especially in
I don't
politics.
know if you've seen like opinion polls from like 2010, but in 2010 you had like the Lib Dems, even in the election campaign, like matching the Conservatives and Labour.
Well, they had a coalition, didn't they?
Yeah, but when it came
Yeah.
to the actual election, they got less than 2005 seats.
Mm-hmm.
So they, even though it looked better in the opinion polls, when people actually went to vote, it wasn't as good.
That's why I think these are all bullshit.
Well, it's best to have a look at them on the year of the election, but
Well, I think they're bollocks because who's ever asked you for your opinion?
no one.
No one I know, and I know a lot of people has ever been asked.
It is interesting, isn't it, how we've never been asked.
I think they just sit in their little offices all day and think, you know what I'm thinking?
Let's
Reform
create-
is up today.
Let's create an opinion poll.
Yeah.
Because they do get paid for them, so the more opinion polls they produce.
Yeah,
the
but I
more
don't think
money
they
they
ask
get.
people. I think they just decide. There's like 6 people in a room and they just decide amongst themselves, right? Let's just say we asked 4,000 people and most of them said Labour.
Today I feel Labour. Today I feel Reform.
Yeah.
Today- let's shake it up a bit. Let's put Conservative on +1.
Yeah.
See how people react.
I was going to say, that is interesting that Conservative have got +1 here for the 21st of February. That is...
I keep seeing videos of politicians getting on in Parliament and it's making me feel weird.
Getting on.
Yeah, because they keep raising points and Keir keeps going, I appreciate them raising this point and it is my policy, blah, 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 whatever the shit they say, that waffle. And I've seen loads of them last week.
Yeah.
He's agreeing with Kimmy, Rishi, some other fucking prick about rectum cancer.
He does want to be more centrist, though, doesn't he? He doesn't want to be as divisive. and he
I
wants
do
to-
I do actually like it instead of the typical fucking patronising comments. What the fuck is that?
I don't know if you've seen though, but like, I don't know if you looked at YouTube comments of people under like the parliamentary videos, and these are people looking from like
I
Canada, America, from around the world.
I can't do comment sections.
Well, a lot of these people in the comment sections tend to say something like, "Oh, aren't these politicians like really nice to each other? Aren't they very cordial? I wish our politicians were like this." I think Prime Minister's question should be something that's done all the way around the world, like in America.
Yeah.
Like I wish you could see like Democrats and Republicans face off against each other.
Yeah, the thing is, all these politicians are friends with each other. Well, they don't hate each other.
A lot of them have mutual interests.
They
that's for
disagree
sure.
with each other.
Yeah.
But like, if you
I
see,
think it's worse in America even.
yeah, like you saw videos of fucking when the Queen did die. Boris was at the funeral, and I think laughing with Gordon Brown. 2 people you would
Yeah,
never
yeah,
expect to
yeah.
be in the same room together.
Oh,
Or like, you know, when it was Jimmy Carter's funeral, you had like
Oh.
President Trump and President Obama.
Bob
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
together, yeah.
They're like best mates.
Yeah.
And
So it's like-
it's that mutual thing because someone was in the hardest job in the world and you have the hardest job in the world.
Yeah.
You can. I think you do just have a mutual respect for someone who has that job.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't dislike anyone or like anyone because of their political beliefs.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's the same for a lot of these people because they're just doing a job at the end
It's
of the
just
day.
very different when you see them on a campaign trail saying
Roasting the
this person's
shit
wrong.
out of them, yeah.
And then like,
And you
and
see
then,
him having a
you see them
laugh.
at the funeral after the campaign, and it's like, oh wow, like that's interesting. But these politicians have a lot of mutual interests.
Mhm.
Like I saw there was some senators, right? And there's like I can't remember what the website is, but you can see what investments they put in on the stock market and what they track, because they have probably are more likely to have inside information on what they know than the average Joe on Joe Public. So it just goes to show that like they can manipulate the market and they can sort of like do things that we can't. So it doesn't really matter what side of the aisle they're on. They can collaborate with each other and invest in certain things and make money. I mean, these people get paid what, less than $100,000 a year, but their net worths are all over like $5 million, $10 million. How does that work? Because insider information, they know what to trade in, they know what to invest
Do you
in.
remember when fucking Nancy Pelosi was going on about it and they all that shit and everyone was like, listen love, you and your husband both invest like fucking. Her husband got fired for insider trading and I'm pretty sure they banned politicians from investing in America. Or they've done something like that.
It's like the thing that George Carlin said, this comedian, like they're all part of like the same sort of club and they all kind of like converge with each other in a way.
Well, you have to be a fucking sociopath to be a politician because whatever decision you make, you're fucking someone off.
Do you think Nigel Farage is a sociopath?
Probably.
Probably all politicians are.
Just because, like, you could agree with someone's opinions, but the thing is, because that one opinion can be, I want to cut this funding, that people who are having that funding cut, they're being fucked. It's like, you have to have the bollocks to be able to do that shit.
True.
Like, I can be a politician.
Hard, I mean, they always say it was hard decisions. You know,
well, it is hard decisions, because, like, if you cut, like, he's cut the winter fuel allowance or whatever, that's a hard decision. I couldn't do it because he's fucked over old people.
It could lead to deaths and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I couldn't do that, but, like, so you have to be able to think, well, fuck them, I'm doing this for this.
But you know what I would like? Don't get me wrong, I'm not like a massive fan of Elon Musk, to be honest, but I do like what he's doing in terms of like efficiency for government spending. And I do
We're doing
like,
it here now. The Home Office has opened like a little Doge office.
Have we?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I saw it the other day, like a headline.
I still don't believe they called it fucking Doge.
Well, Elon Musk's a memer, isn't he?
What's it? What
Department of Government
Home Office, it will be Doge.
Right. DOG.
Yeah.
I've not heard about this.
Yeah.
To cut down on office waste. I mean, that's a good thing, at least.
Yeah.
Because again, you know, when it comes to tax, right?
Mhm.
If I'm going to get taxed for the rest of my life, I would like to know where it goes, and I would like an update every week on.
I mean, that would cost a fortune, but yeah.
Yes, in a
You
way.
can do
I
it
suppose.
digitally, I suppose, but.
Well, tax already is a fortune, but what I'm saying is, if you know where it's getting spent on, and you know, if you go to hospital and you're getting treatment, you know that tax money is going to that efficiency of not having to wait as long and having a better treatment.
Yeah.
At least you know you're probably going to be more likely to pay tax or be okay with paying tax. But because we don't know where our tax is really going, well, there's not that transparency that.
And then we see
deserve.
shit come out like Kia's paying 18 billion to give these islands back. It's
Or
like, well, what the
something.
fuck, dude?
It's like, how? What about the NHS? And you know the £300 allowance, right? That surely isn't as much as 18 billion. Surely that's a lot less. And you'd think, well, surely you'd prioritise these people in our country over some islands.
Yeah, and
And by
giving
the
them
way,
away to a
we're
country
not
that doesn't
buying-
even
yeah.
own them.
I can't think of another time in history where you would pay to sell something rather than. I mean, it really is interesting.
I'm gonna give you this, but I'm gonna pay you to take it from me. Like, what the fuck?
It is interesting.
But then,
But I do think that if we just knew where our tax was going and it was more transparent, I feel like more people would be okay with paying tax.
Thing I love the most from this premiership, whatever the fuck you call it, is like at the beginning of Kia's
Rain.
where he was like having an interview in Downing Street, going on at this 22 billion black hole, and the interviewer just stops and says, "No, we've already found out that 9 billion of it is yours," and he just goes, he just doesn't know what to say.
I feel like when you say like 22 billion this, something billion that.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
because they're just
there's always
pulling it
gonna
out.
be- There's always going to be like difference of opinion. And,
But like they just pull it out of a hat around them because we don't know where it goes. It could be true. It could be a lie.
Yeah, even
Like the
I don't think even
250 million a week, whatever it was during Brexit.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck happened
Yeah,
there?
It was a lot. It was a lot of money as well. I mean, I don't think the government themselves even know exactly where all this taxpayer money is going
No,
to.
they can't.
I don't
Because
think
there's
they
how
know.
many civil servants?
There's not enough for the whole tax system.
No, well, some people said there's too many and they want to start firing. Like, do you remember when there were the farmers were like protesting because they were getting taxed?
Yeah, they say it's like bloated the whole system.
And Jeremy Clarkson was in London, and there was this obviously biased woman who doesn't like him because she was doing that that pretentious thing that when they're talking to people and you can just tell she's a prick. She was asking him questions like, when he said, "Please don't do this." And he says, "Where do you think they should get the money from, huh?" And he was like, "You see that building over there, pointing at like a civil service building? If you don't understand someone's job in there, fire them." And that's what he said.
Well, I mean, it's like any business, right? I mean, if you were the owner of a company, right?
Yeah.
And you had workers and you didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Why keep them?
Exactly.
You're spending money. It's waste. The money is
Yeah.
money spent on them is just waste at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's why people do get. It's unfortunate, but it's how the world works. You will get laid off if you're people. What is it called? Fucking. Oh, it begins with an F. I can't think of it. You know when your jobs no longer exist and they give you a payment?
Redundancy.
That's it. Redundancy. Not F. Ah. But yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were saying.
Yeah. But that's because your job doesn't exist anymore, and it's not your fault. But like, just fuck off.
And I feel like that's why trust in the government and institutions are at an all-time low, because I feel like we're getting taxed more than ever, and we still don't know where it's going.
No.
This Department of Government spending, if we were to cut some of the things or like make it more efficient, I feel like that's the first step towards transparency and towards that efficiency, and then maybe those people get their £300 payments back, and then therefore we'll have maybe more payments for the NHS, more money for the NHS. And I mean, obviously we're making it sound really easy, and I know it's not, and I know it's a massive thing that takes time. But if we were to at least go in those directions, I feel like people would have more trust in the government that way.
Yeah. The thing is that always gets me is how naive people are. Like how quick they are to just trust the government to do whatever they want or to do whatever they say. And it's like, no. Like all these Trump supporters who just trust him to do, like, Trump's got his own agenda. He's not doing this. He will be doing some of it for what he thinks is the good, but a lot of it
being president keeps him out of prison to begin with.
But like, it's like, don't trust the politics. You never met these people.
Yeah.
Their interest. They don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, it's like if someone goes up to you in the street and says, "I'll give you £100 if you do this," would you believe him?
I'll be like, what?
But these people on TV, does that mean you know them? No.
But it's like people are like live and die going on about all the fucking Labour Party. You never met a member of the Labour Party. You never met a high-up-ranking member of them.
I think what it is that because parties talk about beliefs and morals, some people think, oh, that my moral connects to their moral, right?
Yeah, and then but the thing is,
they'll always let you down at some point.
Yeah, what they don't see is the meeting that fucking I don't know. I don't know if this happened. I'm just making this up, but as an example. But Keir Starmer's having a meeting with the WEF or whatever, and they're saying we're going to give you all this billions if you fuck these people up or whatever. Like you can't trust the politics, and everyone's so naive. People there's people on the right who say, get rid of government, like decrease the size of it, and there's people on the left who are going, well, no, we actually need it all. And it's like,
well, it's about
you're both stupid.
It's about keeping what you need.
Yeah, but like the people on the left are naive, and the people on the right are naive to believe they don't need it, and the people on the left are naive to believe that it's working how they say it is.
Yeah, and another thing is, these are very complex situations that I think it's difficult to work out, and I feel like if it was easy, it would have been done by now.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to make it sound easy, and it's not, but yeah.
No, it's not.
Jake, what's your opinion on this?
Jake wants to go
What's
home.
your opinion?
I'm going to be honest, mate. I've not been listening.
So...
We basically said that Yorkshire should be destroyed, and all its people move to Wales.
No.
Well, I'm sorry, that's what's happening. Sol's going to be run for Prime Minister.
Would you vote for me?
What?
Would you vote for me if I was running for
If that was your policy? No, mate.
Oh, poor Jake.
But I wouldn't vote for you anyway, mate. You support Labour.
Would you vote for Tom? What? Would you vote for Tom?
Yeah.
Wait, would you vote for me if I was running for Reform or Tom if he was voting for Labour?
Yeah. No, if you vote for Labour, I wouldn't vote for you.
My heart goes out to you now. No.
Yeah.
So what's next on the topic?
Well, you did something last week.
I had the biggest shit I've ever had in my life.
No, not that.
Did you actually?
I don't know. I don't measure them anymore.
Take a photo and send it to us. No.
Next time you have a shit, take a picture of it and send it to us.
No. Send it to Jake privately.
No. You have to send it to all of us. No, send it to Charlie.
Oh.
He saves it in the chart. Alright, Tom, you did something this time last week, pretty much.
We played football.
No.
You did
I got dogged last Thursday at football.
No, you did something.
Yeah, you did actually.
You did something last Friday.
Oh, yeah, you won the pulse tournament?
Yes.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Talk us through it, because this is like insane. Because
I'm that shit. Cheers, pal.
For about what 16 weeks of this pool tournament thing happening, I've always thought you were going to win it at some point, but it just so happens that the week that you won it is when I was in London, miles and miles away, and I didn't even get to see it.
I'm gonna get first rounded today, aren't I?
Yeah. But do you know what Reece said? He said, like, I can't believe like how long it took for you to actually believe that you won. But that's because in other weeks you were like joking with me, like, oh, this
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
won,
Well,
this guy won.
Well, we were gonna joke with you last
Yeah.
week by saying Ross wasn't even fucking there.
Yeah. And I was just thinking to myself, like, there's just no way Tom's won and I'm just not there. They're clearly just pulling on my leg. It's clearly someone else.
Maybe you're just a bad omen. Have you, like, maybe
Possibly.
that's why he can't. Like, when you're not there, he fucking plays really well, and then as soon as you start watching,
Nah, it was given to me.
precious- Yeah, it was.
All right, Tom, talk us through it. So who did you play in the first round? You were watching as well, so you can say what happened as well.
I don't remember who he was playing.
I think I remember I played this bartender, who was one of Charlie's mates.
Oh, Skinny.
Yeah, Skipper.
He's got a
Skipper,
bit- he's got a
Skipper,
beard.
that's it. No.
No. He was a
A
tall
baby
guy, taller
face.
than me.
He's like tall, really lanky.
Oh,
really
right.
fit.
Our points might be there tonight,
Okay.
but I beat him. He doesn't play very
Skippy.
often.
What did you beat him by?
I think he had 5 balls on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was quite a good win.
And then the second game, who did I play?
Reese.
Did I play Reese?
Because
Yeah, I did play Reese.
Yeah,
second
because
game.
if I would have beaten Reese, you would have played me.
Reese should have beat me because I made a couple mistakes, but he didn't.
And what was this, like, how many balls were left
I
on
think
the
he had
table?
2 left on the table.
So, a win, but just not by as comfortable margin.
Yeah. And then I played James.
Oh, the twins.
Is he?
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
this a semi-final?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
did you beat him by?
Final black.
Oh,
shit.
he was actually gonna. No,
he was about to beat me.
was going
He
to
should have
win.
beaten me.
Did he think he was going to win?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Basically he hit the black and it was left it over the pocket,
Oh.
and I had a
Oh,
red against
shit.
the back cushion.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck, what do I do here?" I couldn't snip.
You're fucked, basically.
Yeah. And then Jonathan just looks at me and says, "Hit it with a lot of right hand side." And I was like, "What have I got to lose?" I did. The red ball goes in and it frees the black up, so I just drive the black in. And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't."
I mean, that was like... I mean, that's the kind of shot that wins you a tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty
it was like an educated fluke.
Yeah. Did he storm out?
No,
No.
he was like, you've got
No?
to play Bailey. He was like, I'm gonna lose to Bailey anyway, so now you've got to play him.
So he was
And then he
actually
left.
okay with, like, being...
Yeah,
He was.
chill.
He actually took it really well.
Yeah, and then he
Was
did
he on-
leave,
was
and then
he
he
on-
came up to me on Monday and was like, "I'm
he
sorry."
on his meds? Was he on his meds?
Nah, he left, and he came to on Monday because he left right after. And I was like, "I'm sorry, I left. I just had something to go." So I was like, "Nah, it's alright."
No, yeah, I know there's busy, aren't they, on a Friday? No. Or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so you were up against Bailey first to 3. And
Yep.
And what was your thinking then? What do you think when you saw him?
I'm gonna get fucking creamed.
What did you think? Did you have any faith in Tom?
No.
I didn't have no one had any faith
No,
in
I had
me.
any faith.
Fucking the first frame, he was about to 7-ball me, and then I managed to pot 3 of my balls, or 4 of them, and I had 3 on the table, and he won.
Yeah.
Second game, I did a lot better. Charlie told me what colour to go for. I was like, alright, I'm just gonna follow
Oh,
him.
so you're getting some help, which is good.
Because he was supposed to be, because I'm not that level.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I managed to, I potted all my balls, but I missed on the black, and left it
Oh.
over the pocket, and Bailey potted it, accidentally.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I was basically given that one.
1-0 to you.
No, 1-1.
1-1.
Oh, 1-1. Right.
Because
And
Billy
then-
won the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, the final frame was,
Tense.
it was fucking torture. Because I played well. I did, apparently according to Jonathan, I did an insane positional shot that allowed me to like clean up all my balls.
Right. So how many did you get in a row?
I don't know, I can't remember.
A good amount, basically.
After,
Like
as soon as
5 or something.
after the
good, that's
tournament,
good.
I'd forgotten about everything.
Yeah, that happens.
I was
that
that
does
locked
happen.
in,
Yeah.
But I got on to the black, and I couldn't pot it because he missed and left a red right over the bag.
Also, it was hard for you to get to the block.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
black was like in the middle of the table at the bottom, and I was on the left side, so I couldn't pot it in there because I didn't have a good angle for a double.
Mm.
So I just tapped it and left the white ball behind it
Oh shit.
to try and fuck Bailey, and he just hit it the other way because it was 2 shot, but I only get
Yeah.
1 shot on the black. And then I was like, fuck this. I went for a double, and it bounces around the fucking jaws of the pocket. It doesn't go in. And I'm like, fucking hell.
You've lost. You thought you.
Yeah, I
lost.
fell to the ground. I was like, fuck!
Oh.
And then Bailey pots his ball. I forget how this happens, but the black ball ended up at the other end of the table, and he pots the white after potting his shot.
Oh, so it must be like hitting it really fast or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then so I line up behind the black ball, the end of the table, run it straight down, bounces in on the jaws again. I'm like, right, I've lost now.
Oh,
And Bailey
no.
hits it too hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't drop, and I just chipped it in for the win.
Oh my god.
It was like, what the fuck?
The final black ball on the final frame to win you. the
It took
tournament.
3 shots for it to go in the hole.
I
4,
mean,
sorry.
It feels like neither of you really deserve to win, but you, on that semi-final against Twin and then against Bailey, there were 1 or 2 shots there that just wins you tournaments. And
Yeah.
I think you did deserve to win, considering Bailey didn't probably deserve it either, considering.
Well, I
how he
didn't.
played.
I didn't play shit, but I didn't play as good as he did. But I did. When you had a mistake, I punished him a little
Yeah,
bit for
but
it.
it sounds to me like in the first game you had that tournament when you like had the other guy had 5 balls left on the
Mhm.
table. It sounded like you were doing
I
pretty
hit-
well.
An insane positional shot on that one.
Hmm.
Even Charlie was impressed because I had
Really?
a ball. I was at the top end of the table,
Yeah.
and his balls were all in the middle of the table, and I managed to hit it with enough bottom left hand screw. My last ball was at the bottom behind all the other balls. So if I would have just tapped it in, I wouldn't be able to see the ball. And I managed to get the white ball from all the way down there and set myself up perfectly for the bottom corner. And then I duffed the shot and
That
missed
must have
it.
felt so good. When that
It did. I was like, holy shit.
Damn.
And then I missed.
And that comes from the training. That comes from the training that you have, like
Yeah.
Pool Society and all of that as well. And when we're talking about the Pool Society, the varsity coming up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so pretty much what you're probably gonna. I don't know what team we're gonna be
Don't
on.
know.
We'll probably find out next Monday. I mean, I've played on all 3 tables, the
Yeah.
A, B, and C table.
Thing
So
is,
God knows what I'm gonna be on.
yeah, I think I'm probably C tier.
I'd say you're actually B, or maybe even A.
But I think I'm C, but I can easily beat an A or a B on any given day.
Yeah, I've seen through the pool tournament last week.
Yeah, but it's not
yeah.
consistent enough for me to be, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like Leicester in the Premier League.
yeah,
I might win one or I might.
it's hard
get
to predict.
relegated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for the first time, Tom is a defending champion for this Friday night pool tournament.
Jake doesn't care.
Well, he's still rooting.
I
for us.
really don't.
He'll be rooting for us anyway. But yeah, no, I think.
Nah, Jake wasn't rooting for me at all. When I was playing Reese, he kept going, "He's shit, mate. Fuck you." And I was like, "Well, all right, cheers, Jake."
No, I'll be here. I'll be here. But yeah, no.
Yeah, but like it works.
I
So-
did win. So.
Like you did win,
So you were on the side,
and then
it
we
was just tough
we
love.
did kiss after you won. So
We did.
Too much information there. Sorry. You make me jealous. I was in London, Jake. Don't keep doing this to me.
I should have. We should have recorded. I'm sorry.
But yeah, Tom, you're probably going to be one of the only people now at university who will be playing in 2 different varsity sports.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Well, no, because there's a lot of people on our football team that also play like basketball, netball.
Is that
Only a
true?
couple. Only a couple of guys play basketball.
You can't.
That's
there
true.
can't
The
be that
netball
many.
is just they just sign up for it. I don't
Oh,
think
is
it's any
it?
uni. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
not-
yeah. So you will be one of the few
Yeah.
then. Yeah, playing in.
It's like
two.
it's like
I think it's only Mikey plays basketball.
Mikey plays basketball. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are like an elite athlete then. Basically, you are playing in 2 different varsity sports.
Fucking elite.
Elite athlete of
Elite
both.
sporting commitment.
I'm just fat and in the way. Like,
Yeah. So moving on to American football.
oh my.
You had the last 16 game for the playoffs.
Yeah, we're playing Sheffield Hallam this weekend.
They're pretty good when it comes to sport, from what I've heard.
Well, we're gonna find out on Sunday if we beat
Yeah.
them.
Well, I'm gonna find out because I'm gonna be watching you 2.
Yo,
Yeah.
well, go because
We were trying to, huh?
I'll see. Well, you better 'cause it's literally our last home game of the season.
It
Apart
is,
from the
apart
varsity.
from the varsity. Hopefully.
Well, I don't think we're playing varsity at home. I think we're good to
Yeah,
New.
but Newcastle's across the
still,
road.
It's still across the road, so it's
Yeah.
still the same bus. You can literally use the
Yeah,
same bus.
yeah.
But nah, the fucking what was it? Oh, what was I gonna say?
It's a home.
Nah, I forgot what I was gonna say about football.
You won last week
We did win last week.
by a decent score.
28-6.
That's
Yeah.
decent. That's decent. Solid win.
I think out of all of the teams that played in the round of 16, I think we scored the second most.
So it's good. It's good
'Cause
stuff.
I think Edinburgh scored more. Like they got 30.
I know it was
plus.
Brunel. They won 42-0, I think.
Oh, so we were third then. 'Cause Brunel won 42. Edinburgh got
Oh, yeah.
30, and then we got 28.
Well, the
we
bottom
were in-
line is you got through. And that's
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
important.
We were installing a player. I'm not gonna say it out loud because I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
But they made it so confusing because we called one fat cunt and one good cunt because we were analysing their film and realising what they like to do.
Yeah.
So we called the one fat cunt and one, and they said, right, these two swap, do this. And everyone got really confused because we can't say cunt on the pitch because it's
On the referee, we would dock you a million points.
yeah. So we're
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
So we've come up with new names for them, but initially we were like, can we just call them cunts? Like,
Come on and cunt too.
yeah, like
Yeah.
when they're lined up, can we just call them cunts? And then
What
they're
is the
like,
new name for them now?
What?
What is the new name? Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Why kick
Yeah.
that?
Because I d-
What?
'cause
Nothing to do with cunt.
it's 2-on-1.
Okay.
Kit Kat, and you know Kit Kat, you snap them in half and you get 2.
Oh yeah.
So it's 2-on-1. That's
Well,
what we
it's
call
quite
it.
creative. I'll give you that.
Yeah. We've also got Twix.
Yeah. Oh god. Made me hungry. But yeah, no, I think. Yeah, no, I remember after the Pool Society on Monday when we tried doing that, like, was a football
Yeah.
technique. That was quite fun, I've got to say, but I was a bit sore the day after.
Yeah.
I won.
No, I
Well,
wasn't.
you
But
wouldn't have been. Have you got any bruises, by the way, from training? I can see
Yeah.
one right there.
I've got one there, and I've got.
do I have any?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you don't get as physical as I do.
I
to be
do. I
fair.
just have a different technique because I'm not fat enough to just stand in the way. No offense. I don't have any.
Not on your forearms.
I'm not being funny, but ever since I've started
I've got a couple of my
Yeah,
arms
you
down
got-
there.
ever since I've started leading with my head now, I've been getting headaches more often.
Well, maybe stop
I
doing
wonder
it.
why. I wonder why.
I headbutted Mello yesterday, and that hurt.
God.
There was, I think, was it yesterday install or something? We were like, I was pulling against you, and did I like, I don't know, I just remember you started screaming. When
Yeah, I was taking the piss because I
Oh,
basically one of our plays has him fucking run at. Because I was sitting on D line, so I have to run that way, and he had to fucking run into me.
Yeah.
And I just ran and went, fuck!
Would that like put the opposition off if you did that?
Probably.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be fuck around.
Is that legal to do?
I don't know.
What scream?
I mean, just imagine.
It's a bit embarrassing, but like if it works,
It'll be
works.
funny. Like, because we've got a call called Hot, and I want to stand the line and go, ha! When I'm doing it just to see what they do. Because there was a guy who played for us last year. He used to meow at people. Meow. And he used to really piss people off. But it worked though. It'd make them be like, what the fuck?
Why didn't you like do a dog noise like woof?
We
We
have a dog call. Is that I was telling you the other day? We have a dog
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
That would probably put them off. Maybe intimidate them.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Or
But
do like a monkey, like.
Whoa.
nah, but it's should be a fun game. I don't know if I'm gonna play. Jake probably will.
Oh yeah, because you didn't play last week, did you?
We didn't get any game time last week.
No.
But
What do you think about your chances this Sunday for game time?
Less.
0.
I'll be watching you, so shall I put a word in for the coach? You see,
No,
you see
no,
these
no.
two, you see these two people here.
I think
The
between
only thing that worries me is that both of the right tackles weren't there yesterday, and
Nah, Joe will play tackle.
well, that's no. My only concern is that I don't know if they want to put Arlo at centre first because they usually want to put Joe at centre so we can get points. So I hope to God that I'm not put.
They'll put Arlo centre.
Yeah,
Joe.
I think they will, but I hope. But there's like bit of my mind that doesn't want them to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
no,
would
but
be
it,
playing me in the wrong
Well,
position.
no, but it also might be because I know there's obviously that thing that if you don't train, you don't get to play.
Yeah,
But I think what they'll do is like make an exception.
yeah, because it is
you
playoffs.
have to win.
Like
Yeah.
exactly, because right, you can say, oh, if you don't get to train, you don't get to play. But at the end of the day, the coaches want to win as well.
Do you know what this reminds
Yeah.
me of? You know when I used to play like football, like Sunday league, right?
Yeah,
And we were trying to go for promotion.
yeah.
Like throughout the season, we'd make a few more substitutions. You know, if we're winning
Yeah.
like 3-0 and stuff, to bring some of our players on. But when they got to like the final 2 or 3 in the season, right, it was always just like the best players always started.
Well-
Because deep down, the coaches always just want to win. That's the bottom line.
Well, yeah,
But I mean, like, I'm happy because every single playoff game we had, I played in.
no
The-
regular season.
Yeah, the regular season. Yeah, like the
Oh,
regular season when we were just kind of doing like not friendlies, but I
Yeah,
played
I know what
in.
you mean.
I played in every single game.
So you have had game
So
time.
I've had so much game time. I'm happy, and now I'm just at the point where it's like I'm not. I know I'm shit, but
Well, you're not shit. I wouldn't say that.
well, it's there are the other guys that play my position are a lot better than me
Because of more experience.
because they're not experienced. They're just because one of them is also a newbie. Like he's just the only reason he's good though is because he's short, but he's still really good. But
I
he's
thought being tall was like a good thing.
kind
Even
of.
America it is. Here it's not.
No.
Why the difference? It's the same
Because
sport.
Because in America, everybody's fat.
so let's look at let's put it as an example. You got me. I'm 6'3",
Yeah.
95. Then you got Arlo, who's about 5'7", 104.
He doesn't have to get down as much.
No.
You have to bend over.
So I have to bend down to get under him, and he's already pushing down on me. Then he just pushed me on the ground because he's like
So basically, you just have to be really, really fat.
pretty much. I mean, I can pick him up if I were to get to him, but like it's
That's
just
not gonna help.
so much harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, like I'm not expecting to get much because the people that play my position are just better than me. Like,
Although I've changed
At
my
least you're honest.
yeah.
I
I mean, they are.
They literally are.
They've been playing. I mean, Sam isn't the heaviest guy, but his technique, the
It's
guy who plays
so
my
good,
position,
it's so
he's
good.
technically one of the best on the team
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
because he's not the heaviest guy, but he does his job.
Yeah. that's
He's
not
not much
I
heavier than
see-
me,
I
and
see
he
what
just
you mean.
like, yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? I mean, you'd probably agree with me. Like, you'd rather get promoted and not have as much game time.
Oh yeah, well,
Than
yeah.
play in a worse league.
But I'm not selfish enough to think that I deserve game time.
Yeah, you're pretty honest
If I
with
deserve
yourself.
game time, they'll give it to me because they'll be seeing what they watch
Yeah.
training and shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I know when I'm fucking up and I don't deserve it,
Yeah.
and I couldn't care less. I'd rather the team win.
What are you two gonna do over the summer to help you in terms of American
I'm
football?
playing more.
I'm going to the gym.
Local team.
I'm doing the gym and I'm playing.
And is
I'm
it
just
a
gonna
local
do the
team for
gym.
you or just gym?
No, I'm just in the gym.
Yeah.
I've got other stuff I need to
Watch
do.
back
in
a
the
lot of
summer.
old videos as well. I'm sure they'll give you some homework over the
I'll
summer
probably
as
I'll
well.
play Madden and fucking.
Actually, shit, that'll help in terms of like your brain.
It's on
Like,
Game
where
Pass
to
now.
go.
Madden
It's
25.
Right.
so funny because whenever we learn a new play, Morgan always, like if I'm in the huddle with him, he always goes, when we've lined up, it's like, what's that play? And I tell him, it's like, all right, I can use that for my Madden game then. And I'm just like, bro.
Yeah,
No, but
Madden's like it's like FIFA, isn't it? It's like
It's American
It's same
football.
team,
but-
Is it just a shit sometimes? Like when it comes to like the glitches and stuff.
I think so.
No, I can imagine.
But nah, I've had to change my stance so I can get lower. But to be fair, it worked yesterday because I managed to stop Mello.
He's good.
You've seen Mello, you've met him, right?
Yeah,
The
he's
guy
good.
who's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's good.
When I say stop him, he didn't twat me. I got in his way long enough.
So it's an improvement.
Yeah, but I basically have to get my leg. So Jake's stance will be much closer than mine. So let's say these are his feet, whereas
Yeah.
my feet are like this now.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
as soon as I've got all my weight here, so I take a step and I'm in the guy's bollocks. So he either has to risk a ball or back off.
Do you know what I reminded me of? On Monday when we were practicing this,
Yeah.
it was one of you two like near me almost in the bollocks.
It
and I
would
was like,
probably be me.
that like really worried me. I was like, oh for I do not want that. I do not want that.
Obviously, well, it's not only that when we do it on Monday. I don't know if I headbutt you or I hit your shoulder.
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know.
I know, but I know I was going up against you, and like I know I hit my head on something. I don't know if I hit my head on your or I hit it on your shoulder.
Oh god.
No.
Well, at least I don't have to bend over as much as you.
It is a lot of fun because I was talking to Arlo when we were on the sidelines. It's like, but I don't want to leave my head and like I don't want to like risk injury. And I was like, mate, you've
Especially
got
your neck as well.
in it. And he was like, he was really concerned. And I just turned to him and go, you've got a helmet for a reason. And he goes, fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, you saw the hit on fucking Trevor Lawrence when we watched the game at Habita.
Oh, yeah.
He got wigged in the head and had a concussion. He was out for like the rest of the season.
And sometimes the helmets break as well.
Well, it's not just but that one on Trevor Lawrence, like he was there, and the fucking guy literally jumped at his face.
It was
not
illegal.
legal,
They were both injured.
Like,
He was ejected from. They were
That's
both
what I
left
mean.
the game.
It was an illegal like play and like an illegal tackle, but
I'll
like
show us all the video. You can keep talking, but
Yeah, I bet if you played rugby tomorrow, you'd feel so exposed. Like no helmet,
Yeah.
no pads.
Oh, yeah.
You'd feel
well,
like
no, but it's not just like it's the thing is with wearing like pads and a helmet is I get to be a lot more dangerous.
yeah.
Because I've got more protection.
Oh, here's a video. So he's running. He's running
Yeah,
with the
they're
ball.
watching me just get
And
absolutely.
the guy just.
yeah,
Jumps
that
at
was
him.
like
He goes
straight
for
to
his
his
head.
head, and
It
you
looks
see him
like
just like having a fit on the
Yeah, his
floor.
arm was like you can
And
tell.
he started.
he's
His legs
self-conscious.
were shaking and
Yeah.
shit. Like yeah.
He just went for his head. He
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
go for
It's
the
called
ball.
targeting.
Like,
But yeah.
I know people are like, oh, American football is just pussy rugby, right? But
It's
like,
not.
it's not because if with rugby, right, you've literally got no protection, so
Yeah.
you actually have to be careful.
Yeah.
Whereas in American football, I know I've got a helmet on, I've got shoulder pads on, and I've got pads for my legs, so I know I can just go I can be as dangerous as I
Gives
want,
an excuse to go for
and
something.
I've got more protection.
Well, I saw a thingy once when I was arguing with a friend of mine when I used to be pro rugby before I saw the light,
Yeah.
and it was American football players. They get injured a lot more because they can.
Yeah.
But rugby players, when they get injured, it's more severe.
It's more career ending, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, because they don't have protection.
I mean, in rugby, you're almost guaranteed to break your nose. Have you seen rugby players like that? Their nose
Yeah, yeah.
is like crooked and bent and all that.
Sam took an elbow to the face yesterday, and he had a fucking mask on like that. You know, the cages.
Yeah.
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 But like,
But that's why I think the sport is more fun because you've got the added protection. So, like I said, you can just be more dangerous. It's
but
like if I were playing rugby, I would never lead with my head. The only reason I'm
No.
leading with my head
because
is because I've got a fucking helmet on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I know my head's protected.
But like, yeah.
Like,
I mean, people always say it's pussy rugby, but when you get hit, you still feel it under the pads.
But you still get bruises. I've noticed, like it.
Yeah, yeah. But like,
yeah.
my nipples,
Yeah.
my titties still get bruises there when people grab me and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
grabbing as hard as they can.
I was surprised I didn't get any bruises from Monday, but I guess that's because we weren't really going for like
No.
in the game. You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't play Monday, so it.
No,
if
he
we
meant
played,
against
we-
him.
What?
When we did it against him on the way back.
Oh, because you didn't have pads on and we didn't want to wallop you.
Yeah.
Like, that's just.
Because in a game you'd be doing harder, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because like the first thing, if your hands come at me
Yeah.
first, the first thing I'm doing is I'm batting out of the way and I'm hitting you in the chest as hard as I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, hopefully that stuns you, then you grab the pads and you lift them up.
Mm.
That's what you do. And then
So.
Or
yeah.
you can do that, or you can play like me and just like.
use your weight to just sit there.
Oh well, it's not. It's just like you've got your head right. You fucking headbutt the chest, right? Even they got hands on you, and then you got like just hands on it and just sit there like that.
Well, yeah, but like once you lift them up and you put your head there, then you can push them back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Suppose.
I always go when we're going full contact. I'll always go head first.
It's a way to do it.
It does make your ears ring.
Well, yeah, you said that, and so did Mello.
Mm-hmm.
Your ears not ring.
Mine don't ring, no.
Well, he's got a fat head, so it's really harder to hit it. You do have a big head.
I do have. Well, that's literally the first thing Joe said to me.
Yeah.
Do you remember? We're all in like. So this obviously like the first ever day we went to the trials and right. So we're all sitting in the stands like they're getting kits and stuff ready, and he's just picking people out from the stands like you. It points at me, you, and he goes, you three, come with me because you got fat heads and you need bigger helmets. And I'm just like. Brilliant.
Shit, yeah, that's reminded me. Helmet size is really important. If you get the wrong one, you could be really injured from.
I have my helmet's extra large.
Damn. They're the only extra large thing he owns. But yeah,
this is only a large.
If I had to do quick
Only a large, yeah, but most of the team are on a medium or lower.
Oh yeah, you would probably be like
medium,
or lower, medium.
maybe small.
Well, you tried my helmet on. Is that too big for you?
Way too big, mate.
I don't really remember, to be honest.
You probably have a media. I think you probably have like a media helmet, small pads.
Well, we'll find out. Maybe. But yeah, if you had to do predictions for the playoffs, what would you say?
What do you mean?
Like your team, would you think you'd get
Winning.
the final or what?
Winning.
I reckon
This one's confident. How are you?
See, I'm confident.
Yeah.
But we also almost got fucking dogged by the worst team in our league, in our division.
Maybe just had an off day, you know?
Yeah, we probably did.
Yeah. That
But,
happens.
No, I reckon we're gonna win. I mean,
I want to win. I want this fucking ring.
That's all you want, isn't it? To wear that ring.
yeah.
It's so.
Would you wear it all the time if you had it, or would you leave it in like a case?
No, I'd wear it all the time.
Well, talking of rings, Tom can give you a ring.
I'd flex that shit.
Hey,
He
yo.
He can give you a lovely ring.
Exit only, thank you very much.
And on that thought of Tom.
Are we talking about a cock ring?
On that thought of
Right.
cock rings and Tom giving Jake cock ring, we are out of time. Thank you very much for listening to Off Topic. It's been another great episode. We'll be back next Friday, as long as I'm not in London or whatever reason.
Or in prison.
And yeah,
You just come out of prison.
he's just come out. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Woo! That's a wrap.
Ugh.
Will Jake smile for the rest of the evening? That's the goal.